Texas League Baseball is next. And welcome into this Wednesday night broadcast. Now take it down to Jonathan as he'll bring our broadcast for tonight's game. And now turn it over to him as we get started with Game 2 of 6 between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the first half South Division champions, your San Antonio Missions. Well, take it away, Jonathan. Thank you, Bob. Welcome in one and all to this live presentation of Texas League Baseball. We're here in South Central Texas as we are taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks for the second game of the 6-game series. Well, gotta say, another beautiful night on hand as we bring you our live broadcast from San Antonio, Texas, here in the Alamo City. Two teams continue the series tomorrow night for Thirsty Thursday. And don't forget that Friday night is a pretty good one as well, as we have the Hawaiian shirt giveaway to the first 1,500 fans entering the ballpark. Post-game fireworks Saturday will continue onward, as every Saturday through the remainder of this season, we will continue to have our post-game firework extravaganzas on Saturday nights, every home game this season. Sunday, bark in the park as we wrap up our 6-game set against Corpus Christi. And so far, after the 6 games, Missions on the road for 13 days, as their first stop will take a 6-game set at Arkansas. Next following 6 will be at Springfield, and then home to take on the Midland Rockhounds after that. Go online now at samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, you could follow the Missions all season long here in the AA Texas League. And you can pretty much watch us here live Tuesday through Sunday. Whether we're here at home or we're just away, you can dial us in. Whether if you're on the road from work or you're pretty much going to work or probably listening to us on the radio as you do your routine. So pretty good right there. Well, gotta say, welcome into our pregame show as we get things started on this Wednesday night. I'm also joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Good evening.
Good evening, John. Thank you for having me.
We got to say, close game last night, 2-1, as San Antonio takes game 1 to win their 54th of the season. And boy, I got to say, they got the first place position secured. And to this point on, they may have it already in the books, having it secured. And boy, got to say, pretty good as of that point forward.
Got to say, John, you were absolutely right. As we look at San Antonio being 54-35, and they lead a handful against Amarillo, Corpus Christi, Midland, and Frisco in the South. Arkansas, they will lead a handful, but trailing in behind is a 12.5 game away, is trailing the Drillers, and Tulsa trails Arkansas by the 12.5. Springfield is 6.5 games trailing Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas, 4.5 games trailing Springfield. And Wichita just 3.5 games trailing Northwest Arkansas. I got to say, everybody trying to get to that second place position. And boy, time is running out for the ball clubs that are trying to fight for the second place position. Well, I got to say, Bob, you are absolutely right, but
I gotta say, San Antonio and Amarillo, Arkansas, and Tulsa are the lead four teams that will probably make it to the Texas League playoffs. And pretty much they are in this race to the finish line. And so far this has been a pretty long race to getting in and hopefully trying to secure a second place spot before this one is said and done here in 2023. I gotta say, John, as we get ready for everything that's going on, the month of August is coming on us, and felt like yesterday we were in the month of April, and we just go by really quick in this one. I gotta agree, Bob. It has been a very fast-paced season, but evidently we are in this all the way to the end. I mean, if San Antonio clinches the title and wins this Texas League season, it's going to be pretty good if they win a trophy this year. And they have to get in there and start eliminating ball clubs. And so far, winning the Texas League title is most pivotal to San Antonio and other ball clubs in the Texas League. And so far, there will be a big race coming up as we hit the month of August. August is the biggest month of Texas League baseball, as we have San Antonio hitting the road for the 13 days. Their 6-game set will start in Arkansas, and then the next leadoff 6 after that series will start at Springfield to take on the Cardinals affiliation. And so far, pretty good as of right there. I gotta say, on Tuesday, August 15th, the Midland Rockhounds will come to town after we get back from Springfield and Arkansas and our 13 days on the road. But I will switch it around. Arkansas, the leadoff 6, and Springfield for the second half of that leadoff 6 on the 13 days on the road. So pretty good right there as we get things started in this one. So anyway, gotta say we are about ready to go, and this has been our pregame show for Missions Baseball, and we're about ready to take you down to the field as we begin the second game of the 6-game set between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and here your first half South Division champions, your San Antonio Missions. We're back after this. First pitch coming up as Aaron Leisure will take the hill for San Antonio in just a few short seconds. We're back right after our pregame show proud announcement of Dr. Pepper. We're back in 3, 2, 1. All right, just moments away from first pitch on this beautiful Wednesday night. And so far, proud announcer of this ball game is Dr. Pepper, courtesy of both teams in this ball game. And so far tonight, we thank military service people that come in and serve our country, whether currently serving or retired, in this ball game tonight. Aaron Leisure, a lefty, coming out of the ball should I say, out of the Mission's dugout as we get ready to put this one already underway here tonight. Greg Kessinger will lead off for Corpus Christi. And we're about ready to go. The first pitch right in. And that one is taken well and inside for a code strike. And it is 0-1. We've got Corpus Christi at San Antonio, Amarillo at Midland, Frisco at Wichita, Springfield at Tulsa, and Northwest Arkansas at Arkansas. The Arkansas Travelers is hosting a 12-game homestand. First 6 against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. And the next half of 6 against the San Antonio Missions. Pretty good right there on that one. The 0-2. And that is chopped foul, and the count now still holds no balls, 2 strikes. A 1-2 delivery. One more time. Swing and a miss. And he goes down on strikes.
The second baseman, Will.
Second baseman is Will Wagner. The pitch in. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Third baseman done. Will make the running grab in foul grounds as that is caught for out number 2. Well, tonight, let's give the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks the starting lineups. And so far, Bob losing last night against San Antonio. A 1-run lead, and they lost in the top of the 9th. Yeah, I got to say, San Antonio held up a run, and that's pretty impressive. But I got to say, tonight is Corpus Christi's chance of getting in there and trying to get Game 2 secured on the road. Jordan Brewer coming in an 0-1 count, 2 away, as he takes one high and outside for ball 1, and now even up at 1-1. Got fans watching from Corpus Christi, and also they even drive here from Bayfront Park. And yeah, they do not even wait until the Hooks are back at home. Well, so far, Corpus Christi will be back home to take on the Frisco Rough Riders when they come home. And that is starting up on the 8th of August, which is pretty nice. Missions are still out after that. And I do believe they're at Springfield on that day. And a swing and a miss, and boy, he jumps in and he strikes him out right there. And that is a strikeout looking. No runs, no hits, no errors for Corpus Christi. We now head for the bottom of the first, no score through the top half. Right-hander Austin Hansen will come out of the bullpen. He is 6'0", 195 pounds, and age 26, as he gets the ball for Corpus Christi here tonight. Well, leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Missions, center fielder number 38, Tim Lopes. Lopes coming in as he takes one right there and inside for the code strike. It's 0-1. Gotta say, that 2-1 victory last night was really sweet. And hoping that San Antonio will claim the 55th of the season here tonight.
Well, it depends where that ball goes, John. I mean, if you get high flies and ground balls, that's not going to do you any good. You only guaranteed 27 or 28 outs, but you got to ill afford to make every out possible in order to survive this one here today.
Well, a chance now. Let's give the home team starting lineups. And as I said, as of last night, 2-1 the score as San Antonio wins game 1 of this 6 games against Corpus Christi. So here is the shortstop, Evan Mendoza, filling in for Wander Javier, who was injured during the time we had our 6 games at Frisco. And boy, I gotta say, that was a tough second prospect getting injured through the last couple of months. I mean, firsthand with Joshua Mears springing the ankle, and he had to be helped out by the athletic trainer and the manager, and he was gripping his leg in deep pain.
I gotta say, John, I won't ever forget that. Joshua Mears, he was let off the field during the final game on that Sunday against Midland.
Yeah.
And really, he was pretty much going to be off for a long time. I mean, he's out on leave.
Well, he's on the injured list, Bob. So is Wander Javier.
Yeah, both prospects are off because of their injuries.
Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes to right fielder Tirso Ornelas. And he's going to hit one right there up to center. And that's going to be out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors for San Antonio as we head to the top of the second. And it's no score, 3-1. Well, we're back right after this as Matthew Barefoot will lead us off in the top of the Corpus Christi second inning. It's no score to this point.
Well, tomorrow is Thirsty Thursday as we get set for Missions Baseball, 3rd game of the 6 game set with Corpus Christi. Join us tomorrow for $2 Dr. Peppers and specialty beverages all night long as you enter the ballpark at 6 o'clock. First pitch at 7:05 here at San Antonio. Well, we now send it back to Jonathan as we continue the broadcast here tonight. Take it away, John.
All right, well, thank you, Bob, and welcome back into Texas League Baseball. Top of the second inning for Corpus Christi. And leading off this inning is the number 4 hitter, Matthew Barefoot. Barefoot coming in, ready to go. The pitch, and that one is going to be high fly in the air. And that one is going out of play and foul. The 0-1. And right there, a swing and a miss. And boy, that one is called in for a strike by Jeff Andrews for a code strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch. And that one's going to be high fly in the air. And that will go foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Right there, strike 3. And there's one away. Well, that'll bring up the 5th batter, Brian Arias. Arias coming in and ready to go. And that one high fly in the air. Ornelas stays where he's at. And that is going to drop foul in the count now, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. And inside for a code strike 2.
Boy, and I gotta say, Leisure is really finding the command and functionality of the strike zone.
Yeah, he really is, Bob. He's doing pretty good. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get in through base hit. Going to first, going to second. And he's picked off a second. What a dumb decision is that? As a center fielder, Tim Lopes is laughing at him, and so is Albert Fabian, saying, "Ha ha, you got picked off right there. That was a wise move."
Yeah.
For out number 2, that is a specialty for San Antonio as they get a pickoff there as second. Man, you don't see that every day, but now you do. Well, Alex McKenna coming in as he's at 0-1 count. And that's going to be high fly in the air. And up in left field, it's over the wall. And Corpus Christi scores first on that Alex McKenna solo home run.
Boy, gotta say, the Hooks are really enjoying this one, and tonight could be their night, like I said.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're going to go ahead and give you some scores. Midland up against Amarillo. And they are up 1-0 against the Sod Poodles. Now in, Scott Schreiber. Schreiber coming in. And the pitch. And that's going to be hit to shortstop Mendoza. Flip it to Fernandez, and he's got it. And now in the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. To the bottom of 2 we go. Corpus Christi up by 1. Well, we're going into the bottom of 2. And the first baseman, Juan Fernandez, coming in for the Missions here tonight. And that's going to be high fly in the air, right there to left center as the center fielder makes the play. And that's a tough out number 1. Third baseman, Lucas Dunn, coming in, ready to go as he first time around meets Austin Hansen. And that one is high and outside for ball 1, 1-0. Dunn, he's a pretty good prospect for the Padres organization. Gold Glove winner of this year. And so far, we will be back as we'll have the 12-game homestand. First 6 against Midland and second 6 against Amarillo. And we're going to have a vote on the next pretty good deal prospects here in the Padres, as they too may get a Gold Glove. So cast your vote for whoever you want in. And so far, hope they will win. Good luck to our contestants here. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's line drive right there up the center. Boy, that gets through for a base hit. Two-out single will continue this inning, and runner at first is the tying run. Number 7 batter, Jackson Merrill. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Left fielder running after it, and he makes the play to end the inning up and left. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. As we go now to the top of the third, it's 1-0 Corpus Christi. We're back here with more Texas League baseball as we get ready as Zach Daniels will lead it off in the top of the third for the Hooks.
We're back at 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Texas League Baseball. As we get ready, Zach Daniels will lead it off in the top of inning number 3 for Corpus Christi. But before we get down and take you down to the field, boy howdy, we got some Texas League scores. Starting off with the Frisco Rough Riders and the Wichita Wind Surge. Boy, a high-scoring game early this morning as Frisco takes Game 2 away from Wichita. Final score, the Rough Riders 19, Wichita 10. So, gotta say, that was a butt-whooping like no tomorrow against Wichita. For Frisco, 19 runs on 19 hits, 1 error. And for Wichita, 10 runs on 14 hits, 4 costly errors. And boy, I gotta say, that will really grill you if those errors come to no avail, and they will get you. But anyway, Frisco wins Game 2. And they're in a 2-game winning streak. And pretty good as in there. Well, we head down back to the field as we get set for the top of the third for Corpus Christi. And here is Aaron Leisher's third inning on the hill. High fly in the air, center fielder Tim Lopes camps under, and he's got it for out number 1. Catcher C.J. Stubbs coming in a average of .421 over an opposition of .674. He's had 5 home runs, over 10 RBIs of the year for Corpus Christi. That one again, high fly in the air to center field Lopes. And that's 2 for him straight back-to-back.
You think he's going to get a third out there in center?
Well, I don't know, Bob. He might. Greg Kessinger coming in as he struck out. He's 0 for 1. Back in the first inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And boy, he is really chasing that fastball for a code strike. It's 0-1. Amarillo and Midland, they are tied at 1-1 as they're top of the 5th inning for the Sod Poodles. Got to say, to this point forward, Corpus Christi leads San Antonio 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that right there is a swing and a miss, and that's the count now 0-2. Boy, for the Frisco Rough Riders this morning, 19-10, they beat Wichita twice in this 6-game series. The pitch right there. Did he hold up? But that's right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, for Northwest Arkansas, they are the bottom of the 4th inning, as the Naturals lead 6-0 against their neighbor, the Arkansas Travelers. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he gets him. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. Corpus Christi leads 1-0.
Leading off for the mission,
The 8-hole batter, Albert Fabian, coming in as we start up the home half of 3. And ready to go in this one. That one right there just shy of the corner. That's the count, 0-1. That one right there, ball 1. That'll even things, 1-1. Partly cloudy skies, temperature 98 degrees here at first pitch. And that's a line drive to left center, and that'll get through for a base hit. And Fabian will reach at first base. And that's going to bring in Michael Cantu. Cantu coming in. And about ready to go. The pitch right there at the corner for a called strike. And that's a 0-1. Say a pretty good look at the outskirts of San Antonio. Just beautiful as we have our ballpark here. But San Antonio is trying to help us get another ballpark in downtown San Antonio. So that might be a pretty good idea, as we'll have the downtown buildings or anything like that. But to this ballpark, I mean, we'll see what happens. Right there and in for 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg pretty much does not really care about the baseball team. He cares more about the soccer team. Well, what's wrong with that? Well, nothing's wrong. I mean, if he loves soccer, that's his opinion. And that's going to be lifted. High fly in the air. Left fielder giving chase, and he can't. And boy, howdy, look at that. Cantu, a 2-run shot. And San Antonio takes the lead. It is now 2-1 Missions. And you call that a long ball? Yeah. That was absolute goodness right there. An instant replay shows 102 even on the exit velocity. And leading off, center fielder Tim Lopes, as he takes that one outside for ball 1. It takes you back to that last night's ball game where San Antonio was leading by the 2-1 score. And so far, making it higher is the Mission's priority. That one high fly in the air up to left center. And that is out number 1.
the batter number 7, shortstop, Evan.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Evan Mendoza, as he comes in and ready to go. Boy, that's a whack we won't ever forget, as the number 9 hitter, Michael Cantu, crushes a 2-run shot up to left center. And he's getting a lot of high fives and the gold chain that's going around his neck. That's right there, and that's caught almost to the ground for out number 2. Right fielder Tirso Ornelas stepping in for San Antonio. And the pitch. Right there and in for a code strike. It's 0-1. Well, I gotta love the new get-ups for Corpus Christi. Their royal dark blue jerseys with their gray pants. Just pretty good right there when we get to play our neighbors. Well, a 2-run shot for Michael Cantu as he delivers 2 for San Antonio. We in 3 on this evening. The Mission's up by 1. We'll be back right here for the top of the 4th as Will Wagner will lead us off here in inning number 4 for Corpus Christi right after this.
We're back in 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Texas League Baseball as we get set for the top of the 4th. As Will Wagner will lead us off here in this half inning. Will John Scampy and Chris Singleton, they will be live at Arkansas as the Missions will head a road travel 6 games there at All-American Ballpark in Arkansas. No balls, 1 strike to Wagner as he takes one right there and in. And that's the count now, 0-1. Or should I say 0-2, correction. Right there. Home plate umpire Jeff Andrews holding up no ball and 2 strikes. Right there, Jackson Merrill will throw to Juan Fernandez. He'll get him easily for out number 1. Well, that'll bring up Jordan Brewer. Strikeout in the first, 0 for 1 with the 3rd batter for Corpus Christi. The pitch. High fly in the air. Center fielder Lopes shy of left, making the play for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 21, Matthew Barefoot.
And that'll bring up Matthew Barefoot. Strikeout in the second, 0 for 1. And right there and in for a code strike, it's 0-1. Boy, I gotta say, that Northwest Arkansas doing pretty good against Arkansas. 6-0 for the Naturals. Top of the 5th inning there at All-American Ballpark. And pretty good right there. 0-1. That one high fly in the air. And that will go out of play and foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that's going to get fouled off, and that still remains an 0-2 count. Well, that guy on the Arkansas Travelers, he got a pitch violation. And boy, 3 balls to 2 strikes to the Arkansas pitcher. And boy, ball 4, he loses that one guy. And that one guy gets a good free pass to first base for Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, I bet that Arkansas pitcher is angry as all get out right there. Well, how do you figure, Bob?
Well, I gotta say, if you get a pitch clock violation, you really get in there, and you're not happy if you get a violated time.
Yeah, I will say, Bob, you're not kidding. Well, right there to third, to first, and that will do for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. To the bottom of the 4th we go. San Antonio up by 1. Juan Fernandez will come in as he'll lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Missions. That one high fly in the air. Center fielder racing after it, and boy, he makes the catch. A beautiful catch right there.
The third baseman, number 8, Lucas.
Well, third baseman number 8, Lucas Dunn, coming in for San Antonio. And boy, Northwest Arkansas, 5 runs in the top of the 1st inning there at All-American. I'm going to say the Naturals will be the 6-game series there at their neighbor team, Arkansas. San Antonio, after this 6-game set, will head to Arkansas. And boy, that's going to be pretty good right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Pretty good right there. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he gets them. And that's a strikeout for Hansen, as he'll collectively put that one in his pocket. The designated hitter is Grant Little. He's 1 for 1, single in the 2nd. I'm going to say let's go ahead and give you scores. Top of the 4th inning there at DCJ Field. Springfield leads Tulsa by the score of 2-0. Amarillo leads Midland 2-1 there at Franco Park. Pretty good as of that one. The pitch. And that's going to be hit to short. They'll flip it to first. Easy play, as that will do. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. To the top of the 5th we go, as Brian Arias will lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning for Corpus Christi. It's 2-1 San Antonio.
We're back in 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the top of the fifth inning for Corpus Christi, as Brian Arias will get things started here in the top of the Corpus Christi fifth inning. The Hooks trail 1 against San Antonio. And so far, pretty good for Aaron Leisure as he gets the start for San Antonio here tonight. That one fouled in away. The count now 0-1 to number 11. 0-1. And that one right there is fouled. And that's the count now 0-2. Got a pretty good home crowd here, right, Bob?
I gotta say, you're right about that, John. It is a pretty good crowd on this Wednesday night.
Don't forget, tomorrow is Friday Eve. And right there, bingo! Got him for the strikeout. And boy, that first base umpire really rings him up on the clothesline. And, yep, that will do it. And he's got him out for out number 1. Alex McKenna coming in as he takes a cold strike. As he soloed home run back in the second is 1-for-1 for Corpus Christi. And pretty good right there. The 0-1. And that's going to be bunt attempted. And they'll snuff him out at second as third baseman Lucas Dunn will zip line it right to first for Lucas Dunn to get him. And that is for out number 2. Number 7 batter, Scott Schreiber, coming in for Corpus Christi. And the pitch. And whoa, look out. That one nearly got him. That's outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count on that one. 1-0. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get up to right center for a base hit. Going to first, going to second. And he's going to have a 2-out double. And the tying run for Corpus Christi sits there as second base. Well, that's going to bring in the 8-hole cleanup hitter, Zach Daniels. Daniels coming in. The pitch right there in the end for a ball, and the count now 1-0. Well, just a beautiful night. Sun going down on a Wednesday. Midweek through this one. Also the last Wednesday of the month of July. The pitch right there in the end for a cold strike. And it's the count now 1-1. Boy, Springfield leads Tulsa 2-0 as they now get ready to go for the bottom half of 4 there at DCJ Field, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right there, high fly in the air, center fielder Lopes makes the grab, and that will do. So the 2-out double is left stranded there as second as we now head for the bottom of the 5th. San Antonio up by 1.
Leading up for San Antonio.
Well, Jackson Merrill, the second baseman, coming in as he's 0-for-1. And about ready to go. And that's going to be drilled. High fly in the air. And that's going to get down for extra bases. And here comes the Whataburger double. And everybody tonight in this ball game will get a courtesy coupon who attended this ball game. Everybody will get a courtesy coupon of tonight. And Whataburger served hot and fresh 24/7 to all civilians of San Antonio. And pretty good right there. Cleanup hitter, 8-hole batter, Albert Fabian will come in. He takes one high and outside for ball 1. Runner in scoring position, the third potential for San Antonio. 2-1 our score, bottom of 5 on this Wednesday evening. That one's high fly in the air. And there will be no chance of a tag up, as that will be a smart move not to advance, as the third baseman for Corpus Christi's got that bag pretty much under surveillance. Michael Cantu coming in, as he was the solo home run. Or should I say the 2-run shot for the Missions. And that's going to be right there, and that will go foul. So the count now 0-2. The 0-2. That's going to be high fly in the air. And no. Go back. That was another close play. That runner at second tries to go, and so far the manager says, no, don't do it. Here's center fielder Tim Lopes as he swings and misses. At the initial offering for a code strike, it's 0-1. Well, the evening sun reflecting off of everything, and so far for this beautiful night that we have here as of last night, it was pretty good. And that one flipped right to first from the shortstop area, and that would do for 5 complete. No runs on a Whataburger double, and left stranded at second. To the top of the 6th we go. C.J. Stubbs will come in for Corpus Christi, as we'll return right after this.
We're back in 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome back, everybody. CJ Stubbs leads it off in the top half of the 6th inning for Corpus Christi. Still a 2-1 ball game. San Antonio out in front. The pitch right there and in for a taking code strike. It's 0-1. By home plate umpire calling balls and strikes is Jeff Andrews, crew chief for all Texas League umpires. And that one's going to be well hit, high fly in the air, and it is out of here. And that's a tie ball game right there. And CJ Stubbs will get one tonight for the Hooks. The new score is 2-2 as we're tied up. And pretty good right there as Corpus Christi will say, no longer will we trail just one run against the Missions. And boy, that ball was blistered. 91.2 miles per hour. The exit velocity on a distance of 342 feet. Leadoff hitter Gray Kessinger coming in for Corpus Christi. That's going to be high fly in the air. Fernandez will make the grab, and he's got it for out number 1.
Now back, second base, Will Wagner.
Will Wagner coming in as he's a pop-out ground out 0 for 2. And he takes one right there in the inside corner for a code strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 delivery. And that one is outside for a ball, and the count now 1-1. And that one high fly in the air. Up and left, Fabian will make the grab, and he's got it for out number 2.
The center fielder,
Jordan Brewer coming in. Strikeout, flyout is 0 for 2 of the evening. Still a 6-0 ball game there at All-American Ballpark, as Northwest Arkansas leads the Travelers. Top of the 6th inning for the Naturals. The pitch. And right there and outside for ball 1, 1-0. Leisure at 52 pitches for his first 6 innings. Pretty good night thus far for both sides.
Yeah, it's a ball game where they're going to find out who's going to win this one, and game 2 is going to belong to somebody here tonight. I don't know who, but we'll have to find out and wait.
Yep. Right there and in for a code strike. Gets 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. The delivery. And that one high in the air. Leisure in shy of the mound. And that will do. So CJ Stubbs will tie up the ball game on a run and a hit. No errors, nobody left. As we now head for the bottom half of the 6th inning. And we're tied at 2.
leading off for the Missions, the shortstop, Evan Mendoza.
Well, Evan Mendoza coming in as the shortstop for the Missions. We'll start up the bottom half of the 6th inning. 1 ball, no strikes, as we are underway in the home 6. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that slider is making him jump out of his shoes for a coach strike one. Boy, nighttime is a beautiful thing when you're out the ballpark. And that's going to be line drive up to right center, and that's going to get through for a leadoff single. And the tie-breaking run for San Antonio is at first. Right fielder is Tirso Ornelas. He comes in, ready to go. And that one is going to be fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. Boy, Northwest Arkansas, first two runners on bases. They still lead a 6-0 ball game. They're at All-American. And right there, the second for one. They relay it, and that will erase the hit. Boy, on that one, that would be a 6-4-3 double play for Corpus Christi. And two quick outs. That'll bring up Juan Fernandez. And that one is right there at the inside corner for a code strike. And that's 0-1. Get a groan from the crowd as they did not agree to the call of that strike.
Well, you can't argue a call like that, because if you do, you're just going to see yourself in big trouble. And really, anybody on the field cannot argue balls or strikes, because that's subject to ejection right after that.
Well, you're not kidding, Bob. I mean, all of us know. I mean, we all know that. Now, Lucas Dunn coming in. And that's going to be hit right there to second. And the shortstop will protect the plate there as second, as that will do. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left. As we head for the seventh, Barefoot will come in, as he will lead us off in the top of the Corpus Christi seventh. When we get back from our commercial messages, brought to you in part by Dr. Pepper.
We're back in 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Texas League Baseball here on this Wednesday night as we bring you the top half of the 7th inning for Corpus Christi. Matthew Barefoot will lead it off with the hooks as this is a 2-2 ball game. And so far, it's anybody's ball game. That one right there thrown and inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Beautiful night on hand as, boy, the sun reflecting off of everything. And that one right there and in for a cold strike. It's 1-1. Gotta absolutely love beautiful sunsets, and I gotta say, Bob, it's pretty nice. That one hit high flying in the air. Fernandez makes the play, and that is a quick out, number 1. That'll bring up the 5th batter, Brian Arias. 1 for 2, single in the second. Ready to go. The pitch. And right there and in for a cold strike. And that is 0-1. Great crowd we have here tonight. Just a beautiful one, in fact. As that swing and a miss, so that's the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. High fly in the air. Albert Fabian camped under, and he's got it for the second out. Designated hitter Alex McKenna. Solo home run in the second inning is 1 for 2. So far, he got the first run for Corpus Christi. And right there and inside for a taken in cold strike. And that is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And in for a cold strike, and that's 0-2. Boy, all pitches for fastball strikes are at 95% by Aaron Leisure, while the other 5% has been all for balls, and we'll say that is pretty good. Here's the 0-2. That one high flying in the air. Fabian will make the grab just shy of the line of the foul ground, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We now head for the stretch inning. It's taking me out to the ball game. We're tied at 2.
Leading up for San Antonio, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter Grant Little, 1 for 2, single in the second, will come in. As we just had our 7th inning stretch. And that one is going to be right there in the inside corner for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Boy, and second time today that the home crowd gets on their feet and protests the call of a cold strike by the home plate umpire, Jeff Andrews. And really, they don't like the call.
Well, nobody does, John. I mean, really, we can't do nothing about it when you really have that right there coming in.
Well, right there, that is the first out as Grant Little will ground off into a ground out. And there is out number 1. Well, that'll bring in the number 7 batter, second baseman Jackson Merrill. Merrill coming in, and he hits one right there, and they'll get down for a base hit. Boy, pretty good right there, as that was a pretty well executed fastball. And before we get to our next hitter, the manager for Corpus Christi is going to relieve the starter out of the ball game. Gonna say pretty good. as he did pretty well, but there's a no decision for him on this one. Blair Henley, a right-hander, coming in 6'3", 190 pounds and age 25. And this will be called to the mound by courtesy of Dr. Pepper. 8-hole cleanup hitter. Left fielder Albert Fabian will take a ball outside the zone, 1-0. 1 for 2 single and a run by the 8-hole cleanup hitter. And looking to get things going. Here's the pitch. And that one is chop foul. And that's the count now evened up at 1-1. One and one. And that's going to be line drive to right. Now get through for another base hit. Well, 2 back-to-back base hits. And that's going to bring in Michael Cantu as he strides in and is ready to go. And that's going to be hit to second. Second for 1. Relay, they get them both. And this ball game still remains tied after 7 complete. It's now on to the top of the 8th. And it's scored at 2-2. Well, Scott Schreiber will lead us off in the top of the 8th for Corpus Christi, as we'll return back to our programming in a few short moments. To Texas League Baseball, it's a tie ball game at 2. Back in 3, 2, 1. Well, we are leading off the top of the 8th inning for Corpus Christi. And stepping in is Scott Schreiber as he'll lead things off here for the Hooks. Still a tie ball game, 2-2 after 7 innings complete in this evening. As Schreiber will take a coach strike, it's 0-1 to Aaron Leisure. Here's the pitch. And that one is up top, and that will be the count now, 1-1. 7,957 fans tonight in attendance. And boy, I gotta say, it's a pretty good one here this evening. 1-1. And that is going to get fouled in the way, and that's the count now, 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he is down and out. And boy, I got to tell you one thing. That was one call that he didn't even like, but he swung at it.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a fastball for a pitch, and it was a strike on the slider. In now, the 8-hole Zach Daniels. Daniels coming in, ready to go. Inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Boy, I gotta say, as we're watching the replay from the Rough Riders and Wichita wind surge, sunny and hot there in good old Wichita. Rough Riders beat Wichita 19-10, and pretty good ball game. That's a line drive up to left center, and that gets through for a base hit. Now C.J. Stubbs coming on is 1 for 2, the solo home run, as he was the second run in for Corpus Christi. And pretty good right there. The pitch. And in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And he held up at time. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes in the count. And that's a swing and a miss. And he gets them. And that's 2 back-to-back strikeouts. And that'll bring up Michael, or correction. That'll bring off the leadoff batter, Gray Kessinger. Right there and inside for a cold strike. And that's 0-1. The 0-1. And that's going to be hit right there. And that's going to get up to left field for a base hit. So Corpus Christi now has the go-ahead run at second. And the next go-ahead at first. And that's going to be a trip to the mound now, as the manager will come out and talk to Aaron Leisure. And, yep, so far his time here is going to be done, as that's going to bring in another one. And, yes, the manager now headed out from the dugout, as that will do for Leisure here tonight. Boy, 8 2/3 innings for San Antonio, and he could get a no decision, a L, or a W. But the Missions need to come in and get a couple runs more before this night is over. So win number 55 for San Antonio hangs in the balance, as Corpus Christi is 45-46, so losing last night in the 2-1 finish, as the Missions win that first one. Will Wagner is 0 for 3, as he comes in and he's ready to go. The pitch. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And that's going to bring in that one. And 2 runs come in on an RBI 2-run double. No, Corpus Christi will get a 2-run double. And pretty good right there, as they will take the lead after 7 innings of being in a tie. And that'll bring in Jordan Brewer. And that one is inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Right there and in for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Pretty good night. We have a full moon. Wow. On a clear, partly cloudy night.
And that's a swing and a miss, and that will do for this one. Will Wagner will get a 2-run double as 2 runs come in on 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 left. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Corpus Christi up by 2. Center fielder Tim Lopes coming in, as we now have 1, 2, and 3 due up for the bottom of the home 8th. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Left fielder will make the running grab, and that's caught for out number 1. Well, before we get set for the next batter to come in, Corpus Christi will call up their relief pitcher. And 6'3", 232 pounds, age 28. Not bad for the age. He's still a little bit younger than I am. I am 30. That'll bring in Evan Mendoza as he takes one down and in. Well, the ball in the count now 1-0. Well, we got Hooks, a righty and a lefty warming up in the bullpen for Corpus Christi. And that one right there is going to be swung on. And that's the count now 1-1. What a beautiful night as sun has already gone down and we're into the wee hours of the evening. Just a beautiful night for all of us to come in and enjoy. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. And that's going to be line drive up to right center, and that's going to get through for a base hit. A 1-out single continues this half inning, and so far a pretty good night in this one. Tirso Ornales coming in. The tying run now for San Antonio. He's one way in the outfield. And that's going to get down for a base hit. And they won't get him as he'll advance from second to third on a wild throw. And that's going to put runners at second and third. And they don't get an out from that one on a great hit as of that. Now San Antonio meaning business here tonight. The pitch. Now it's going to be high fly in the air. And that won't be enough to get some runs in. And that's a quick out number 2. You know, Lucas Dunn coming in. He's 0 for 3. Ground out in the 6th. Well, you got to say, they need a 3-run shot to take back the lead. And right there to short, and they will get him easily. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. As we now head to the top of the 9th inning, it is 4-2 Corpus Christi here in San Antonio, as Matthew Barefoot will lead us off in the last inning of the night here in Texas League Baseball. We're back for more right after this from our proud sponsor of Dr. Pepper.
We're live in 3, 2, 1.
Well, Matthew Barefoot will lead us off the top of the ninth inning for Corpus Christi. Hooks have a winning chance here tonight for a Wednesday night completion of this game, and he takes one right there and in. For a coach strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-2. Tomorrow night, we want everybody to be well excited. Game 3 coming on a Dr. Pepper Thursday night. So make sure you get your $2 Dr. Peppers, and they're available with all drinks that are $2 a piece. Even for a Thursday night like that's coming in tomorrow. And that's going to be pretty good. Well, Barefoot will get the fourth batter. Matthew Barefoot goes down retired for out number 1. And the pitch right there and in for a code strike. It's 0-1. Boy, 95 degrees as we already hit the 9:40 right here on this Wednesday night. Right there and in for a code strike. It's 0-2. Brian Arias, 0-2 count. The pitch. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Tirso Ornalis will be camped under it as he'll make the play for out number 2. The designated hitter is Alex McKenna as he comes in. And boy, the first run of the ball game comes with a solo shot. And boy, he got that solo shot like no tomorrow as he blistered that ball in that one. Right there and in for a code strike. It's 0-1. 4-2 Corpus Christi as San Antonio trails the Hooks just 2 runs. Not bad, but they still have the bottom half of the ninth inning to come back and tie it up and win it in the bottom of 9 with 3 runs. That's all they need, Bob.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, they really do. If they could win a 5-4 victory, as of last night winning 2-1, that was pretty impressive.
I agree. And right there, Lucas Dunn will stop it. Flip it to Juan Fernandez, and he's got it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. To the bottom of 9 we go, and it is 4-2 Corpus Christi. Well, Devin Kahn will get things started here in the bottom of the ninth inning as he gets the opportunity of shutting the door in this one. And here's the designated hitter, Grant Little, as he comes in. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up, and that's going to be right there. And boy, that hits the pitcher, and not in time, as that will be a fielder's choice on a base hit. And hold everything, folks. We're going to have a quick look at our relief pitcher for Corpus Christi. And appears it got him on his drive leg. And he's saying, yeah, coach, I'm all right. Keep me in.
Boy, and
it's not obvious that he's not going to go down without a fight, but if it was a clear shot to the face, that would have been a different story to tell here in this broadcast. Number 7 hitter Jackson Merrill coming in. And he's going to hit one foul, and that'll even things at 1-1. Boy, nighttime coming in on this Wednesday night. And so far, pretty good. And that's going to be lifted. High fly in the air. And now go up to right field as that'll be caught by the out. The right fielder will claim the out. And that's going to bring in Albert Fabian. 2 for 3, 2 singles. And boy, pretty good here tonight. And that's going to be high fly in the air. And the right fielder will get the second out. And that's 2 flyouts up the right. And the Missions are down to their final out here on a Wednesday night. 2-run home run shot in the third inning. Michael Cantu needs to get a tie to avoid the elimination. And the pitch. That one high and outside for ball 1, 1-0. 1-0 the count now for Michael Cantu, the starting catcher. And that's going to be fouled off, and that's the count now, 1-1. 2 more strikes of this night, but need a tie-up. And that's going to be hit high in the air. Center fielder will make the play, and Corpus Christi will win Game 2 against San Antonio. So, Missions will stay 54 wins over 36 losses. Corpus Christi will be 46 even. A pretty good ball game here as Corpus Christi will win Game 2 here at San Antonio. Don't forget to tune in with us tomorrow night at 7:05. Our first pitch, gates open at 6. As we'll have our third of the 6-game set between Corpus Christi and San Antonio in this one. Well, for all of us here tonight, we thank you for your live broadcast. And this one is presented by Dr. Pepper. Have a good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
7 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. For the Mission, 2 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 53 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.